Well, as people try to escape the Iranian capital, Tehran, some even leaving the country altogether. At the border with Turkey, a slow trickle of people making their way across, amid fears that numbers could increase, of course, if the fighting continues or expands. So we're going to cross now to Ankara, talk to our correspondent who joins us from there, Jasper Mortimer. Jasper, how big is the fear that more and more people could begin to or try to cross into Turkey?
Well, it is a concern. There have been articles about it in the Turkish press. You know, during the Syrian civil war, Turkey received 3.5 million Syrian refugees. But so far, with this Iran-Israeli war, it is not like that. I'm here in Ankara, but last night I had a long conversation with a German journalist at the Kapıköy gate on the Turkish-Iranian border. And she'd been there since Friday, and she told me that her impression was that hundreds of Iranians were crossing each day, just hundreds. And she said similar figures were going back. These were Iranians who'd been caught off guard outside the country when the war started, and they were returning home to support their families, look after their homes, and that sort of thing. If you look at the videos from Kapıköy Gate, you see the people coming across are like those that you would see arriving at an airport with 1 or 2 suitcases and a bag on top of the larger suitcase. They are not like the Syrian refugees who would wrap all their earthly belongings in a sheet and carry it like a sack on their back. She said to me, I can definitely say this is not a refugee crisis.
Jasper, NATO summit starts tomorrow. The Turkish foreign minister still no condemnation directly of the US getting involved with these strikes over the weekend.
That is correct. The Turkish Foreign Ministry didn't condemn the US strike, but it said that it feared the strike could escalate violence, inflame the war, and it called for a return to diplomacy. And I think at the NATO summit Tuesday, Wednesday, France, Britain and Germany will be delivering a similar message. You know, try and de-escalate the situation and return to diplomacy. However, if diplomacy is to work, there has to be flexibility at the negotiating table. And so far, Iran has consistently said that its uranium enrichment program is non-negotiable. Yesterday, the US Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, accused the Iranians of stonewalling when it came to the diplomatic talks. And the Europeans, France, Britain and German foreign ministers, when they met the Iranian foreign minister in Geneva on Friday, they ran into the same stonewall, because their request for Iran to halt its enrichment program, Iran dismissed as unrealistic.